Hello everyone, Jeff and Jay here with another edition of Jay's Big Adventure, Jay's the Fuzzy One, and today we are doing our very first unboxing video of the Sena Prism Tube Wi-Fi. Before we get to the actual unboxing of the Prism Tube, I want to go through what I've been using. And when I started this project, I didn't really know how much I was going to do it, so I didn't want to spend a ton of money, and I just started kind of cobbling things together. This is a GoPro Session 5, and when you take the door off, there's a port in here, and of course you would think you could just put an adapter in there, hook a microphone into it, and go from there, but no, you have to buy this $100 piece, which then connects to this, and this is a wireless mic transmitter, and it's set up for an amp, so I have to get this adapter. And then I've got this cable, and that goes into here, and all of a sudden on the helmet, it's a pain in the butt. And the problem is, if I plug this in to verify that the mic is working, it doesn't slide into the holder. So I've got to take this off and plug this in, and now plug this in. And if I'm on the motorcycle, I've got all this stuff that I don't know what to do with, and invariably that comes disconnected, and then I no longer have sound. And this has happened over and over and over again. The GoPro Session 5 has great video quality. When the microphone works, the sound quality is great, but it's just too many pieces. That is what the Prism Tube is supposed to solve, because once you get it installed, it's just right on the side of the helmet. There's a wire that goes into a wired microphone that you put inside, and I'll put it up in here, and it'll be a much, much cleaner installation. So Jay's all excited. Let's see what's in the box. So the camera itself is really small. It has a lens cap, so if you know you're not going to be using it, you can protect the lens, which is nice. The best part about this camera is that the on-off switch is impossible to miss which way it is. One of the things that's really tough with all of the GoPro products and almost all cameras is that there's some button that you have to push, and if you have gloves on, you can't tell. So you have to turn the camera on and off when you're standing still. There is an app for your phone, but when I'm riding on the motorcycle, I have a radar detector plugged in. I've got a Valentine 1. I've got that screen open, or I've got my music screen open. I don't have that camera, the GoPro app open, and I don't want to be fiddling around with gloves on my phone while I'm riding to switch apps. With this, it is forward is on. You can see that it's going to record here in just a minute, or it will once I put a micro SD card in it. But there's no question that it's on or it's off. We've got a micro SD slot here. There's a format button, there's a reset button, and then the micro USB port that you use to recharge the camera. But that's super small. It's going to be really close to the helmet, so it won't be nearly as visible. And that is going to be great. So this box has all kinds of goodies in it. Now the back of the camera has this port on it, but let's say that it's going to be raining. There is this is a metal cap, and it screws on here, and there is an O-ring in here, so it's not going to be watertight, but at least it should keep dust and a little bit of rain out if I'm just going to use the battery pack that's in the camera. I can connect this to an external battery pack, either a USB port on my bike, which I have, or one of those small external battery packs that will give the camera significantly more recording life. They say that it'll record for 2 hours. You can also put it on loop mode, so if you're using it as a dash cam, it'll always record until you turn it off. If you plug this into the bike, then it'll charge until you tell it to stop. So this also has a plug in the back that replaces the other cap, and now this one, which way are we? Looks like that way. With this on now, it's very secure, and these are the two connections for these guys. We have a built-in speaker to put in the helmet. The camera actually tells you through voice commands, am I on or am I off? It'll say recording, off, what have you. There's also a microphone, and the microphone we're going to Velcro inside the helmet, and that will let me vlog reliably. So that connects to the red connector, this connects to the black connector, and we should be ready to go. The camera does come with several different ways to mount the camera to the helmet. I'm using a Schubert C3 and C4, and because I've got the sliding visor and a bunch of stuff, the clamp mount is probably not the best choice for this helmet, especially since I've got the communication device, and this is Bluetooth's the audio into my Bose headset. So I think we're just going to do the standard sticky mount, and I'm probably going to put it here just because I don't want my helmet in the shot, and this has a fairly wide field of view. I think it's 125 degrees. So if I mount that too close to the helmet and too far back, you're going to see the helmet in the shot, and that's not what I want. Probably going to mount it there. So first is to get some alcohol and clean the area where we're going to put the mount. So I decided to mount it on the right side of the helmet, and upon reading the instructions, I did figure out that this is on a ball mount, and it does give me the ability to lean this out, and then I can easily have it pointing in pretty much any direction that I want. That's pretty slick. So now all I need to do is take the cap off, plug in the wires, and hide the microphone and the speaker. So after a little more trial and error, I decided to leave the camera on the liftable part of the chin guard, and I just ran the wire inside, and I'm going to figure out a way to secure this, but the Velcro holds the microphone and the speaker in place pretty securely. So I'm actually kind of pleased with this. I need to figure out something here where I can just attach this so it's not going to flop around, but with the helmet fully closed, the camera is ready to go. It says we are recording, so hopefully that is the case. We're going to go for a checkout ride here on our 2012 BMW K1600GT. It looks like I've got a pretty good shot. One of the things that I'm really working on is the audio quality. The last setup that I had, the sound quality was just pretty awful. So let's see what this is like. We'll start with the windshield in the normal position. We are ready to go. It is an absolutely stunning day here in Salt Lake City, Utah. I have heard that the camera is pretty shaky and that the video quality is not that great. I'll be really interested to see if that is indeed the case. I also have Filmora Wondershare Filmora 9, and that has a video stabilization function. So I will probably try that as well. So we will try this with the helmet closed. we're going about 70 miles an hour right now, I think. Yep, right at 70. It's funny, I normally ride with Bose noise canceling headphones. I actually have them on, I just don't have them turned on, and I'm amazed at just how much noise cancellation they give. I'm going to do a review on that as well. But right now we're just worried about wind noise versus the audio volume and whether we get any engine sound. That's 90. Now I'll go with the visor up. Try to find that sweet spot with the windshield. And then just for grins, I'm just going to tuck in below the windshield and see how much of a difference that makes. And we will go from there. That's all I'm going to record for now. We're going to switch bikes and go up into the canyon. That'll be at a lot lower speeds. And away we go. You know, you get used to a given level of power, but oh my gosh, does this thing have legs. You don't have to run it to 15,000 RPM to make it go up a hill. You just twist the throttle and away it goes. Wow, this is a pretty steep hill. This is over 10%. And you get it lined up, pull the trigger, and I'm hanging on, trying to stay on the motorcycle. Good grief. This is really good for a core workout because you use your stomach muscles trying to stay on the darn motorcycle. So, final thoughts on the Sena Prism Tube Wi-Fi. This has some major advantages over the GoPro style cameras. It has a couple of major disadvantages. Let's start with the good news first. The best part about this camera is that you know when it's on. If I pull this out, hey Jay, it'll say camera on. Bad. The biggest problem is the video quality. It's a 1080p camera and there is no image stabilization. So if I've got it mounted to my helmet and I'm looking for traffic to pull out, it's really pretty jerky if I'm on a rough road. And that image stabilization is something that you don't get in a camera at this price. This is only 129 bucks. The GoPros are expensive. They're $400 now, $449 for the Hero 9. I think the 9 Black is the top one now. But what you're getting is the best image stabilization in the action camera market. That's what GoPro has always been best at, is pushing that limit. With the Hero 8 Black, they've got another level of technology out. So the cameras actually have a gyroscope inside that helps stabilize the image. That's one of the reasons why GoPros are so nice. What GoPro has done is they are now recording that gyroscope information and embedding it in the video file. So you've got video recording, you've got audio recording, and now you've got this gyroscope track. The reason they do that is that they have a new program out, and it's through GoPro, and it looks at that gyroscope track, and in post-editing can significantly smooth the footage beyond what's already being done by the gyroscope. And then we're going to go up to the Hero 8 Black and see what that does, because then we can analyze the software as well. So that's it for this episode. Final thoughts on the Sena Prism Wi-Fi. Pretty good camera, but it's not a great camera. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Jay says thank you, and we'll have another video out soon.